So I'm back, and well, for those of you who haven't been following my channel for since I guess it started, probably say I can't remember the exact number, but I think with the fourth video and the first review I actually did for the channel was of a film called God's Not Dead, and well, I've come a long time since then, making more videos and just trying to get better, I guess. Well, recently I came upon a trailer for God's Not Dead 2. And this is basically going to be basically my whole thoughts on God's Not Dead 2 on its trailer. So basically the trailer for the film starts out as a it has all the music is very emotional, very dramatic. It goes well, not really, it's very dramatic, and it's basically starts out in school of a high school teacher. I'm guessing is saying well, kids, if you shouldn't be violent to someone, you shouldn't. People won't be violent to you. And then some class says isn't that what Jesus said? And said yes, and yeah, that's a good example. Little young girl, you should use. This is a great example. We should use example from Bible. And then some kid basically says, "Mommy, some girl in class is talking about Jesus. I don't. It makes me uncomfortable." And suddenly, the teacher basically says, "Did you talk about?" Basically, gets in trouble for saying, "Did you talk about Jesus in class?" And said, "Yes." I asked the student's question in class about Jesus. And then suddenly, it gets a huge court hearing. She has to go to court to say because of basically people. I don't know. Basically, just it's people are just going crazy and saying this is an outrage. You talking about Jesus Christ in class, and then one I think he's a political person. It's not said. It just goes we are going to make Jesus prove that Jesus Christ is dead, and they basically have this woman go to court and try to prove that for once and for all that Jesus is dead. God is dead, not Jesus. Sorry. And then, well, in the first film, there was a college professor who was the protagonist. In this film, it's a it didn't say what he was. He was just I think he was an educational person. I didn't know because they didn't say. He was just saying we need to get rid of this God speaking thing in schools. So, but yeah, um, they basically say it's evil, and then they say I hate everything that Christians stand for. That's what this protagonist is like. He's basically just this basically, if you take the professor from God's Not Dead, if it make him really over the top and go and a political, uh, like uh, well, whatever his character is, there's a scene where the pastor from the first film who him and his friend are basically just going around, and he ends up uh, helping the college professor, repenting the professor of his sins, and then, yeah, he's suddenly taken to jail because he's a Christian and Christians are evil somehow. It's basically and then there's a court hearing to say God is not dead, and then I think the either defendant saying or the agent the agent for the defendant basically saying I believe Jesus Christ or God is alive, and he thinks that no one can say whether God is alive or not based on can take away from the Christian's point of view that God is alive. And they I will not exaggerate, but when the the judge was so over the top from this trailer. He just says like, he says, he basically goes like, order, and just goes, you sir are contempt, and then he went so, it goes so over the top in this trailer that the judge breaks, his mouth just goes flying everywhere, basically to East Jerusalem. it's just, it just looks so, this movie looks, I don't want to make, like, say, basically make fun of, like, a film, but this film does not look, it looks awful, because, just, like, say, like, I mean, the film is taking itself very seriously. I'm guessing there is, like, court cases saying, like, where, I'm sure there's a court case like this, but the way they're presenting this does not look, like, very dramatic. It looks very, um, well, the trailer makes it look very humorous and very delightful. Like it's delightfully bad. They could kind of. This just looks awful. I mean, the first film wasn't the best film, but it's just this one looks just like it's like, oh, we tried to have a college student prove that God's not dead, and number two, we're gonna have a lawyer defending God is not dead. How about that movie, audience? Are you going to see this? Well, I'm sorry for just basically putting this movie down, but I feel like it deserves it. But yeah, this if you have you seen the trailer for God is Not Dead 2? If you have, what were your thoughts about it? If you haven't, check it out. You'll even be surprised or just be thinking like, what? But if anyone here is enjoyed the first film and is wanting to see this film, I do apologize for in like basically making fun of fun of something that you really want to hear or see. So I apologize, but this is just my opinion. This film does not look good. It just looks awful. But hey, we all have different opinions. So yeah, I'll catch you later. Bye bye.